What is Princess Peach's favorite starchy vegetable? A potato stool. Welcome to the stream, my friends. Thank you for being here with me tonight. I hope you're well. I am very happy to be back with you. I have missed you, my friends, and I'm very grateful that you're here with me tonight. Thank you for that. We've got Dead Zergling first in chat. We've got Lucent Jelly with a 34-month resub jelly. Thank you very much for the support, and 34 months. That's almost a year. Greg's Retro Channel, welcome in, Greg. Always great to see you. And Mile Hyrule, it's been a while, Mile Hyrule. I hope you've been doing well. Very glad to have you with us tonight. Greg says, "Hello, my friend, and welcome back. Hopefully you had a great week off. I had a good week. Made some real progress in Tears of the Kingdom. 2 dungeons, over 80 shrines. GG, Greg. Very well done. I hope you've enjoyed all that time spent. I imagine you must have, but what a game that one is. Hopefully everything looks and sounds okay tonight. The age-old Frownie tradition of constantly rearranging my room. I told you, I for a long time, I said I was working on the room, and it might not have been easy to believe, but it definitely, progress has been made. Pretty much all of it in the last, 20 hours. I'm pretty exhausted. But hopefully everything sounds alright. Hopefully everything looks alright. Was a long 216 hours hanging out and making sure no surprise streams, Zergling says. Hopefully the joke makes it all worth it. Greg was checking in too. Thank you, my friends. Mike is good, loud and clear for the joke. Thank you, Jelly. Hey, Next. Great to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Today is the day you beat this. I appreciate the vote of confidence. No return of the wheel just yet. We'll be getting there soon though. I want to see the room. Basically, all I've done is I've turned everything around. We've done a 180-degree flip. It used to be that the televisions and the games floated in the middle of the room because I had my back up against the wall and everything. We were lined up against the wall, and I like the solid wood backdrop. I like that, but it had to be sacrificed because I really need a gaming area that's conducive to flexible seating. Well, I guess I don't need it, but I want it. I want, hypothetically, if another person or two are going to in real life spend some time with me and play some games with me, I need a space where I can move stuff around. So yeah, since the television and the games don't need to move for that purpose, they are now planted against the wall. And my chair and my streaming equipment are all out here, but my you can't see it, but my computer is on a rolling desk. It's on a desk on wheels. The mic is easy enough to move, and this chair is not that much of a hassle. So I can slide this down, I can pull that couch over. Everything is still a disaster. Everything is a complete disaster. But a lot of progress has been made. Tuesday, welcome in. Happy Tuesday. He returns. Thank you for the 70 stream watch streak, Tuesday. We got a few people really close to 100 now. So that's the room. I'm surprised nobody took that as an invitation. All right, let's play some game. So I had a good week. I actually did I did mislead everyone because I spoke as if my family were coming to visit me here at our home, but in actuality, Jelly and I were traveling. um, so we were away from home. Um, so apologies for misleading everybody, but and it's not that I don't trust any of you, but I also don't think that it's really good to put out there that I'm going to be away from my home for a significant stretch of time. You have to remember my home was burglarized once, so I have very complex emotions about leaving my house. Deception, yeah. I mean, I know it's not a big deal or anything, but on the other hand, like my impulse is like the desire of my heart is to be like compulsively honest. So it bothers me. But we actually traveled to Ohio. Jelly had a work conference thing, and I was basically a tag along. But we were visiting with family because my sister lives in Ohio, and the Jelly's convention was really close to where she lives, so we got to spend some time with her and her husband, and we're all very good friends and get along quite well. But since we live so far apart, we naturally don't see each other all that often. But it was fun. We had a lot of good meals. We played a lot of Jackbox games. I agree. It's a good idea to omit that until after you're back from the holidays. Thank you, Tuesday. I mean, you know, we have people watch the house for us, and I've got security cameras because being burglarized will do that to you. But you know, ready to get back into the horror that is this game. I'm excited to get back to this game. I had dreams. I had dreams about Jump King while I was away because we are on the verge of some kind of progress happening. If I could just make it back up to that snake, and I know that's a super tall order, but if I can make it back up to that snake, we have the item that he requested, the blood red stone. So something may happen. We were promised a reward. We were promised a reward if we deliver that stone to the snake. So if I can get back up there, it might be very good. I'm actually really excited. Mansto, welcome in. Great to see you, my friend. Thank you for joining us. Oh no. The jump pain. I'm really happy to be playing this right now, actually. Discovered you can cover your eggs while cooking them. Makes them cook much faster. The yolks get cooked so they don't go everywhere. Not quite as tasty as Over Easy, but easier to eat overall, Zergling says. Yeah, and sometimes I'll do that, Zergling. I don't like to cover my eggs. I don't like to cover my eggs typically because they're usually frying in a considerable amount of oil. And when I put the cover on, the moisture gets trapped and then drips back into the oil and it sputters everywhere. So I avoid that whenever I can. But if for some reason I'm feeling that I need the eggs done really fast, I might throw a cover on there. I don't like the product that I get, and I don't like the sputtering oil, but sometimes on rare occasions speed does seem to be more important. This is a cherry red stone, not a blood red. The blood red stone is somewhere else. Oh. You think the inventory would lie to me like that? Wouldn't that be heartbreaking? So this makes for the... I've lost count, actually, of what number of room reorganization we're on since the stream began. We were originally upstairs. We brought everything downstairs, so that's 2 forms of the room. I slid everything over at one point. I built it toward the center. We got the comfy couch. I think this is 6. I think this is iteration 6 of the way I've had my room arranged. Congo, welcome in. Great to have you here, my friend. I have returned. We're back to the stream, and we're back with the same games. We're back to the same games. I really wanted to finish that Princess Peach game last week. If I hadn't had Saturday morning obligations last week, I might very well have done like a 15-hour stream just to finish that game. The more things change, the more they stay the same. Well, that was actually in some ways the goals with the moving stuff around. I'm a little bit worried my consoles are slightly too far away from me now. I really hope that I'm going to be able to... I really hope the controllers are going to be able to reach my chair. I tried to arrange them where I thought was best. I love that your approach to games is like they are a mythical punishment. If you beat enough, your spirit will finally be free. I might try to remember to steal that if I'm ever asked for my philosophy on gaming. After a week without Frownie, I found myself sick Saturday morning. Now that Frownie is back, I'm feeling significantly better. A coincidence? I think not. Oh, thank you, Zergling. Sorry to hear that you were ill. I've been sick too. I think that makes sense, Konga says. I'm sorry for you as well, Konga. Hopefully, a speedy recovery is on the horizon. I guess you don't want it to be on the horizon, because that implies it's far away, right? But I guess if it's speedy, it won't be far away for long. I struggled to breathe enough that no sleep was had. Oh my goodness. That does not sound good in the least. You have to stream regularly forever now, Frownie. My ability to continue breathing depends on it. No pressure. No pressure. No pressure. Well, hopefully, you know. Hopefully there will be no, prolonged interruptions for a good long while. I don't think I have anything significant planned for at least the next several months. We may be having a yard sale in the summer. But we're almost certainly going to have a yard sale in the summer. If everything goes to plan, we will. Which may interrupt a couple nights worth of the stream around around the weekend that we do that. But I think that's the only thing. That's the only thing I can think of that would be a significant interruption. More than just the, the occasional unexpected night I have to take off or something for little things. These jumps should have a charge meter so that you could gauge them. I've thought about that. I've thought about that quite a few times. How, it kind of takes away the point of the game. Because it would only make things a little easier. But that's the thing about this game, right? Is that it has to be maximally annoying at every turn. or it's no longer Jump King. A yard sale in a few months, I guess I can work around that. A jump meter that's only accurate 95% of the time. Oh, wouldn't that be something? I was actually that sick, but just exaggerating for fun in all seriousness. Didn't know what to do with my evenings, though. Felt off. It's, oh my goodness. So I was hoping that during the week I would have some downtime and I would be able to work on some other things like tangentially connected to the stream. I was hoping to do some stuff with the Discord, but none of those plans actually came to fruition because my laptop can't actually do wireless internet. It has the the wireless internet device in it, but it doesn't work. It can connect to a network, but the it can connect to a wireless network, but the internet doesn't come through. It just says no connection whenever you open up Chrome or Firefox or something. None of the... It tells me it's connected, but none of the programs can actually access the internet when I'm wireless. It has to be physically plugged in order to work. And it's I didn't have a cable, and even if I had a cable, I didn't have anywhere to plug it into, so I couldn't get the internet on my laptop all week, so that hindered my plans for that, unfortunately. The USB Wi-Fi connection instead, they're $10 to $20. I didn't even think about that. Because I've just been so used to, just having... I would want it plugged in anyway. Here at home. Because I feel like that just works better in general. I didn't think of a USB dongle. This is going rough. Going very rough. Conga says I spent the time going to other streams and sharing spoilers just to get it out of my system. Well done. They know all about the Smurfs jumping now. Time for Princess Peach. 2 hours. We're putting 2 hours into Jump King. I've got a lot more falling to do yet tonight. Able to sleep okay Sunday night and wake up fairly normally. Don't often recover from sleep skipping so easily. I've been sleeping a lot of really weird hours for several weeks now, so the thing is the good part about that is that I can kind of move my sleep around to whenever pretty easily. But the bad thing about that is that I'm always I'm always at 70% battery or less. It's not really good. I wasn't spoiling their games, I was just spoiling games Frownie has played. See, the thing is, I'm really excited to be playing this because I'm really excited to get back up to that, to get back up to that, to get back up to that snake. But, like, I'm excited for something that's not going to happen for another 25 hours. uh, I've got to, I've got to really work to maintain this, like, positive feeling. Uh-oh. I have my... So most of my video games are loose, like most of my video games that are discs are loose discs. I have shockingly few cases for my games, and I keep them in sleeves, and they're these really nice sleeves, and they go into these little boxes that are like drawers. It's hard to describe them, but like those little rectangular boxes, and you press on the front of it, and it's like spring loaded. So like when you press it, it unlatches something, and then the drawer rolls out of the box, and then it's just like a thing that like all the like sleeves have like little hooks, so they hang onto the edge of the box, and all the discs are in them, and they're really nice. I don't know what these kind of boxes are called. Does anyone know that? Because I would really love to go online and find more of them. But I'm not. All my search results have been terrible so far. Like I get, like I found like what is essentially the same thing, but it doesn't have the like push the front of the box like rolling drawer mechanism. I haven't been able to find anything else quite like them. But I've got 4 of them, but they're pretty much filled to capacity, and I've got a lot more discs that I need to. Oh my goodness, to work into the mix. But I can't seem to find more of these things. When I originally got them, I got them secondhand, so like it's not an issue of like going back to where I found them or anything. That's not possible for me. almost my, well, probably half of like my DVD collection. Not that I really collect DVDs, but you know, there's some things that you want to own physical copies of. But at least half, probably 2/3 of my DVDs are loose discs as well. Sometimes when I don't play this for a while, I come back to it and inexplicably do really, really well. Don't quite feel like this is one of those times. Six eggs, sunny side up, a pound of steak. What did everyone else have for dinner tonight? We had fried rice. I had beef fried rice. Losses, welcome in. We are jumping again. Made Japanese curry, wasn't bad. Very nice. Fried rice is like my quickest sort of like from scratch meal. I can put it together in basically the amount of time it takes for the rice to cook. Which people always say you're supposed to use leftover rice for fried rice, but I just always make mine to purpose. Maybe it would be better if I listen to what I hear, but I don't ever have leftover rice. Like I would have to intentionally be making rice to leave it over to turn it into fried rice the next day to use leftover rice. Which I could theoretically do, but I don't know, it just seems unnecessarily complicated when I get a fine product as is. I'm not especially speedy in the kitchen, like when it comes to like, you know, like well, basically anything I cook, it takes a really long time. I like to, I like cooking things from scratch. Well, I really like eating the things that I make more than I like cooking the things, but it's always very slow. It takes me forever, it feels like. No. We were so close. I'm kind of woefully ignorant in regards to curry. I think I've only tried it twice. I don't know what style of curry it would have been. I had a curry dish when I was in college. It was the first time I ever tried one. And it had chunks of bamboo in it. And I found that to be quite repellent. So curry did not make a good first impression for me. And then when I lived in Thailand, I had a curry dish over there as well, but also didn't like it. I don't remember exactly what it was about it that I didn't like, but I remember not enjoying it, and I've not been bold enough to give curry a third chance. Lived in Thailand, had curry once. Exactly. I did. I only had curry once when I was over there. I ate a ton of Thai basil though. That was pretty much like I ate Thai basil pretty much every day, at least once. Sometimes more than once. It was fantastic. Or what was it? On the menu, it said, I think it was translated as crispy chicken with bay leaf on the menu at the place where I got it. But they meant basil. Cows, welcome in. Great to have you with us tonight, Cows. Welcome back. Very happy to be back. Thank you. Thank you. Crispy chicken with basil sounds unreal. It was fantastic. It was very like the chicken. I don't know what they did to it. I mean, it was obviously like stir fried, but like it really did come out very crispy. And then there'd be a mix of vegetables that would just kind of be like whatever they had that day. So the vegetables were always sort of shifting. There were usually mushrooms and like baby corn and but sometimes there would be like bell peppers, sometimes there would be like bits of like I don't know, zucchini or some sort of squash. It was when I was in college, and the place that Jelly and I would go. We were in Thailand for a semester of college, and the place we would go was right across from campus, so it was very easy. It was very easy to just have a routine where you just go and do the same thing every day. The very first thing that I ate when I was in Thailand was I don't even know what it was. It was some sort of, like, you know, another like stir fry type meal, but on the menu it was called Meeting of Eight, and it did have like squid or octopus tentacles in it, so maybe it meant, like, maybe that's where the 8 came from, was like the 8 legs of the octopus. I don't know. It was very unusual for me. It was the first time I'd had anything like that, and I wasn't especially crazy about it, but it was an experience. Sounds vaguely pirate. Oh yeah, like Pieces of 8. So yeah, that was the place we ate. It was like a little restaurant. It's called Oscar, and the thing about it is, like, the menu was like, the menu was in Thai and English, and like my instinct is to say that it was poorly translated, but who knows, maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was just very literally translated, but it was very difficult. It was frequently very difficult to tell what anything was going to be by the English name of the menu anyway, because they were things like Meeting of 8, where I had really no idea what it was going to be. That's the only that's that and crispy chicken with bay leaf are the only thing that I can, which was pretty much what it. Crispy chicken with bay leaf was pretty good. Like, they were pretty close. Meeting of 8, not so much. I wish I might have a picture of it somewhere, because I wish I could remember more of the titles. But I just remember we had the hardest time trying to guess what anything was going to be from the English titles. No, I overshot. Oh, I knew I was going to. It's alright. Time is infinite. We will eventually make it up there. From a cosmic perspective, victory is inevitable. Oh my goodness. Oh no. I don't know if you could. I don't know if you could tell, cows. I've already shown it off already, but I don't know if you could tell, but I've done it again. We had a good run. We had a good run. The last version of the room lasted just over a year, but I have once again. I mean, I did say I have said several times that I've been working on rearranging the room, and we are now very deep into the process. I got almost all of this. I got almost all of what you can actually see here done today, though. I was gonna say we reorganized. That we have. So I miss the simplicity of just the plain wall backdrop that I had before. I really I really like the aesthetic that we had previously, but I want the room I want to have the ability to move seating around in the room more freely so that it's easier for other people to join me down here. And the way we were before, like, I could, if I booted Isaac off the couch, I could have one other person hang out with me, but with more having the games and the TVs against the wall and stationary makes more sense. Basically, looks way better. Thank you, losses. I know a lot of people like the stuff in the backdrop. Jelly said that. She said that she likes, you know, showing off the collection more. Um, I have mixed feelings about it. I like the aesthetic of it, but I do like the plain. Like I do like I. There's something that is very appealing to me about the sort of stripped down plain aesthetic. I like the little brick peeking out too, and seeing the collection is fun. Or place to display plushies. Yeah, that's probably most of the stuff that's up there, those boxes and stuff, will be kicked off of there eventually, and I'll probably load that up with plushies. I'll walk over for a guest appearance. I'll be there in 5 days, Losses says. Get 6 folding chairs. Well, the thing is, but even before, I wouldn't have had, because the couch was tucked in with the TV and everything there. I wouldn't have had anywhere to put the folding chairs, but I actually do have some folding chairs for setup, around this area. All right, let's get my big head back out of the way. So there's definitely more work to be done, and everything is a cluttered disaster. The room usually is a cluttered disaster anyway, but it's really bad right now. I've got to step over piles of things to get in and out of the room. But it'll come together. The worst part is that we can no longer enjoy my bare light bulb that hangs from the ceiling like it's some sort of like CIA interrogation room. uh, if a basement isn't a cluttered disaster, it's not basementing correctly. Good point. So our basement is only partially finished. Like, this room looks really good. Most of the basement is not like this. Most of the basement is just bare concrete and cinder block, and it's just exposed skeleton of the house for most of the basement, but this room is very nice. So like those areas, you know, I try to prefer that this area feel a bit more like the non-basement. And let the unfinished parts be the real disaster zones, but I have an idea. I have an idea for a project I'm toying with doing on the stream. But I need to figure out how to install some emulators on my original Xbox. I watched a video on it, and it looks shockingly complicated to me. Hey, Sark, great to see you. I hope you're doing well, my friend. Oh no. I'm still trying to get back up to that snake. I'm having, you know, I'm happy to be playing this game tonight. This is like, I feel my feelings about Jump King have been more positive in the past like 6 gameplay hours than they have been in the previous 60. So my spirits are higher than they probably should be. Welcome back, Frownie. I'd ask how you're doing, but yeah. I feel alright. I feel alright. I saw you were playing... I think you were playing Pugsley's Scavenger Hunt last week, if I remember right. I think it was an Addams Family game. I hope I'm thinking of the right stream. Hopefully that wasn't too much of a nightmare. Tommy, welcome in. I haven't been on in a bit. I've been away the past week. I went to Ohio last week. And I spent a lot of time with my sister. So I was I've been away from the stream and away from the internet. But I am very glad to be back. Before Jelly and I took our trip, I did tell everyone that I was going to be away, but I had spoken as if my sister were coming to visit me, but in actuality, I was the one who was traveling. So it wasn't just that streaming would have been inconvenient, it was that streaming would have been impossible. But it was a pretty good week. It rained. The weather was pretty terrible all last week. I think it rained every single day. Fortunately, I didn't get caught I didn't get caught in much of it when we were driving, but sounds about right for Ohio. And not to make an enemy out of everyone who lives in Illinois, but I really cannot stand driving through Illinois. Yeah, it was so inconvenient because all of the interstates like anywhere remotely near Chicago are toll roads, and oh my goodness. So you've either got to deal with that, or you've got to deal with driving 35 miles an hour through the whole state. And once you get away from Chicago, like, it's all right. It's also rough when I'm going to Kentucky because Southern Illinois doesn't have any Southern Illinois doesn't have any interstates that go anywhere remotely near my hometown in Kentucky, so I have to go through all these like crazy back roads when I go down there too, and that portion of it it's so difficult. It's so difficult to pass through Illinois. There's always something. That game was pretty miserable, Sark says. Having to beat that game with 1 max health and no continues was rough. Oh my goodness. Even with the ability to farm lives, I still ended up losing around 80 or 90. Brutal. Oh. No! Ah, that's the worst, when I just walk off of an edge. I do that. I have a distressingly high walk off an edge count in this game. It's difficult enough without robbing myself of chances to make jumps. No. I made it up pretty high in that pink area twice tonight, so at least at least we've had a few glimpses of where progress might be made. Because if I just get out of there, if I can make it back up into the cave above the pink area, I'm pretty sure we're set to make it back to the snake. I feel really good though. I feel really good about our chances of getting there quickly once we get to that point. But it's just that getting up there is... And how many times have we done it? I've seen... I think I've actually... I think I've actually traveled up through the entirety of the pink area like 5 or 6 times. It never gets any easier. It's like tens of hours every time. The very first time, so we've actually made it like we've had 2 first approaches to the snake, kind of, because the very first time I made it up to the snake, we made it into the room where he's hanging out, but not high enough up to talk to him, and I fell out of that room like basically immediately the first time I saw him, and it led to a downward spiral where I found myself eventually all the way back at the bottom of the ice world before I was able to climb all the way back up to see the snake for a second time and actually talk to him. So I've had 2 first trips up there already. Feels bad, man. If you're not playing regularly, the muscle memory goes away pretty quick. Yeah, and I've been so I'm kind of, not because we were gone last week, but the week before that I was playing Jump King every night. I put in 2 hours of Jump King at the start of every stream, and that was like when progress actually started to happen for me again. So I'm sort of committed to playing this at the beginning of every stream for the foreseeable future. I think we're gonna play 2 hours of Jump King every night. And I don't actually mind doing it, but part of why I put it off for so long is that I play Jump King. It's just because of the video connector on the console. Because I play Jump King on the Switch, so it requires my HDMI capture device. And then, like, if I want to pair it on the same night with a retro game that uses the composite video capture device, I have to switch capture devices midstream, and I don't like doing that. It's annoying to do. It's not even that hard, it's just annoying to do. And so for the longest time, I didn't want to commit to playing Jump King every night because I didn't want to make that swap every night. But you know what? It is worth it. I shouldn't have been such a lazy fool for so long. I'll pray for your sanity. Is that a prayer or a eulogy? Pray for chats too, Cal says. It's not that bad. It's not that bad when I have like a glimmer of hope. Just no. Why? I just walked off another ledge. The biggest problem I have with this game is that it just once it destroys all my hope, it's very good at that. It's a game that's very good at destroying your hope. Right now, I've got a blood red stone in my pocket, so like I've got a happy thought to hang on to. I've got a happy thought to hang on to. No. I haven't had to repeat the Ice Palace tonight yet. Oh my goodness. So, like, the game doesn't give you any feedback to use to gauge your jumps. So, like, the smart thing to do would be to develop, like, a counting system that would, like, train yourself to, like, be really good at, like, when you hold the button to, like, count at a consistent rate. And then, like, you just need to remember, like, a string of numbers to get through an area. That you just remember, like, what the count is for each jump. And then you could, like, when you lose your progress, you could at least, like, theoretically consistently make it back out. If you're good at, like, if you're good at holding a reliable pace, and you're good at holding a string of numbers in your mind. Which are, you know, not necessarily super easy feat. That's what I had to do. Hey, thank you for the stretch break final. Welcome to the stream. We'll do that in just a moment. I'm gonna try and get somewhere where the wind doesn't affect me, and then we'll stretch. That should be just a screen up, so it shouldn't be a long wait as long as I don't take a huge tumble. But I guess if I do take a huge tumble, we'll fall out of the wind. So either way will be fine. I know, like, I know intellectually, like, that's a smart move, the accounting thing, but I don't employ it. Whenever I'm making jumps, and my head is so empty. I do have a particular rhythm that I tap the buttons with, and like the like clicking of the buttons. A soda, welcome in. Thank you for the raid. Welcome to Jump King. It's a nightmare, as it always is. But I'm actually, like, spirits are actually higher than they've been for a long time with this game. I made some tangible, like, permanent progress. I found a new item recently, and so I have used that to delude myself into believing that things are going well. But welcome in. Tell us about your stream. It looks like Minecraft from the shout out. I hope that was treating you well, and welcome in. Fire and Nya, welcome in. Is that Daki? Welcome in. Pleasure to have you here. Para D Critter, welcome in. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for coming along. Solo hardcore challenge run went well today. So is it a challenge on top of the hardcore mode? Like, do you have extra stipulations to tie your hands, or is it just the going it alone on hardcore is the challenge? I played quite a bit of Minecraft like a decade ago. I haven't kept up with it. The game has changed a lot. So I'm not, like, on the one hand, I put a lot of time into Minecraft. On the other hand, I feel like I know nothing about it because it's changed so much. It's a challenge in that I've never beaten Minecraft before and have a lot to learn. I wish you luck with that. I have certainly not beaten it. I don't think the game was beatable. I don't know if the game was beatable the last time I played it. So we have a stretch break to do. So we'll take a moment to do that. And anyone who hasn't seen the progress that I've made on rearranging my room, I mean, ignore the mess. It's a huge disaster. I know it's a huge messy disaster, but all of this furniture has been moved around. Everything, well, not everything's in a new place. That bookshelf has been there forever, but it hasn't been visible before. because the camera used to face the opposite wall. Guest seat. But yeah, that's why. That's part of why I'm moving everything around. Is I want a version of the room set up to where it would be possible to slide that couch in place of my chair, or in addition to my chair, so that I can actually have company enjoy the game room with me at some point, theoretically. Underscore, welcome in. You take stretch breaks? Did I hear that right? Soda, take note. Yeah, we do. I take my stretch breaks very seriously too. When it's time for a stretch break, we stop and stretch. This is no just raise my arms once and I'm done stretch break. This is stop everything and really dig into it for a moment. Honestly, I just want to see the new setup, Final says. Fair enough, fair enough. How can one measure a jump with counting anyway? 1 full second would be a full jump, Final says. Well, you have to do it kind of quickly. Love how you always tackle the tough stuff. Oh my goodness. I've been working on this for so long. How long have we been playing this? Almost 85 hours. Almost 85 hours, and I have virtually nothing to show for it. But what I am happy about is I got a new item. I got this blood red stone. I made it up really high, and I met a talking snake that asked for the blood red stone. And to get that, I had to chase a bird all the way back down. But I got the stone. So if I make it all the way back up to the snake, he might give me something. We might make some progress. It'll be the first time I've made progress in about 60 hours. I'm very excited. I'm very excited. Get my money's worth of this game and then some. So I've still got quite a bit of work to do. Where the couch, the general area where the couch is, I'm actually gonna move another bookshelf over there, and move the couch against another wall where it won't be on camera. And I kind of want to move. I need to actually organize the stuff that's on the shelves, and all the stuff that's piled up on the floor needs to get put into drawers and boxes. I need to test my Atari 2600 too, because now that I move everything around, I have a new coaxial cable. And I need to actually make sure that if I plug the 2600 into it, that the video goes through. Because I had a different coaxial plugged into the TV, but when I plugged the 2600 into it, for whatever reason, I couldn't get any picture out of it, even though the cable I know is fine because I've used it with other devices, and I'm currently using that coaxial cable, the one that my Atari wouldn't work with. I'm currently using that for my internet, so I know it works because my internet's working. Like, it's not like the cable's broken or anything. But I think maybe it was too long. I don't know if that's a possibility. That if you plug an Atari 2600 into a cable that's too long, the video signal's not strong enough to go all the way through the cable. I don't know if electricity works like that. But that's the only reason I could... That's the only thing I could think of. The 2600's too old. It can't send the signal out with enough force to push it all the way through the long cable. So then I just had to ignore. Yeah, it gets tired. So then I just had to ignore the cable and do this weird thing to plug it directly to the TV, which is inconvenient because the back of the TV is like, it's hard to get back there. It's a big box of a TV. It doesn't move very well. But anyway, I got another cable. It's a shorter cable. So I need to test. I need to plug the 2600 into it at some point and see if any video signal comes through. And I don't know what to do about the Commodore 64, the C64 Mini. I don't know how. Well, I do. What I'm going to have to do, I need to get a really long USB cable so that I can... One issue about having the chair float in the middle of the room instead of it being up against the wall is I don't have any power outlets like really close to me. And I need to have the C64 Mini close to me because I have to stop it, because I have to turn it off and on again a lot to get it to behave properly. So I basically need it to be like sitting in my lap whenever we play C64 games. So I'm going to need to get a really long USB cable so I can plug it in on the other side of the room while I'm sitting here. Or what I'll have to do, because it's like it uses an older style of USB cable that like nothing else uses anymore. So I'll probably have to just get an extender cable. I have so many, like, I have so many cords and plugs and wires and adapters. It's crazy. It's crazy. I have just have literal tubs just full of just all kinds of cables and cords and wires and stuff. And I just never have the one thing I need though. I hoard all these things because I'm like, well, I never know what I'm gonna need. I'm gonna need one of these things, and I feel like I have plugs and adapters and wires that I could theoretically attach any two devices to each other in the universe, except I never have just the one thing I need when I need something. No matter what I do. It's always how it is. It's wild. I even buy stuff like I even buy stuff I don't need all the time. Like if I'm at a thrift shop and I see some kind of like weird plug or wire that I'm like, oh, I don't have one of those. Better buy that. I throw that in the drawer because who knows? I might need it someday. And even with that approach, I was always missing stuff. I've got the sleeper build at home. Sure, you could see some games and stuff, but otherwise, just kind of looks like a regular home. I generally prefer like a much more sort of Spartan aesthetic. Like, you know, if you walk through most of my home, like there's not like there's nothing hanging on the walls anywhere. And there's not a lot of decorations put out like just for the sake of decoration. There's a bit, but that's all like what there is Jelly's doing. But it is like with the games and stuff, it is nice to have them on these like media shelves where they're kind of out on display. Not really to have them on display so much as like it makes them much more accessible, and it makes it easier to see what I actually have. The trouble with a big collection is like it's difficult to know. It's difficult to remember what I already have in my collection sometimes. I don't have a lot of I don't have a lot of like intellectual bandwidth to devote to keeping tabs on that in my brain. I've got to outsource it. Last week I destashed one of my sister's cord hoard. The number of USB to USB-C cables, unreal. more than anything, I think I've got USB to micro USB. Cables. Like, that might be my #1 type of cable. Or an unreal number of micro USB cables too, but maybe only 2/3. USB-C is the current one, right? Like, that's what like Samsung devices are currently using. Works for everything these days. Phones, tablets, switches. Yeah. I was just double checking. And for something that's, you know, supposedly universal, it sure has changed a lot of times. An entire box full of just those two, and maybe like 1 or 2 random USB to some bizarre thing that probably charged an older phone at one point. I've got a few of those. Like, especially, like, I've got like old Apple chargers. Gotta hang on to them, though. Gotta hang on to them. I never know when I'm gonna, like, bump into someone who fell into a wormhole from the late aughts, and they need help charging their phone. I'll be there for them. Tech is always changing, but it's not always improving. If falling in this game counts as progress, I'd always be progressing. There are, I mean, there are certain circumstances where you do need to fall for progress. But they are the exception rather than the rule. Yeah. Yeah, there have been other times where something similar has happened. That was like chasing that bird all the way down was like the biggest example of that, but there was another like when I bought the shoes that let me walk on the ice, there was a degree of intentional falling involved with that. So it does happen, but hey Claire, welcome in. Pleasure to have you with us tonight. And bold of you to title a Jump King stream Triumphant anything. I'm trying to speak the world I want into existence. It's not working so well. Frownie tries manifestations and discovers that Jump King is more powerful. You said it losses. Oh. Unfortunately, when I'm playing this game, that's pretty much about the only kind of up we ever get to see. No, we had a really good string there for a moment. I think that's the third time I've failed that jump tonight. That same one up there with that narrow pole. Oh no, we got a little higher than that. I actually failed from a little higher than that earlier. So I have made that jump once tonight. But I have missed it 2 or 3 other times. You can't spell Jump King without junk. We're doing well right now, though. I actually made progress because we were sent on a quest to get an item and return it, and I've actually gotten the item. I mean, it wasn't difficult to get, but I did get it, and it's just a matter of returning the item that we got. No. Climbing was first introduced in Donkey Kong 1981. The reason why Shigeru chose to have you go up is because of how accomplished you feel when you make it to the top. It's like going to the gym, except you don't get to be jacked at the end. Oh. You do feel accomplished when you make it, when you make it to a new screen. It's just that, that doesn't excuse me. It's just that doesn't happen very often. But whenever I make it to a new screen, it is a moment of intense joy. No, I overshot it. Usually I undershoot. Now I overshot. This is an intervention, Frownie. Every 3 streams you feel accomplished, and it feeds the compulsion. The joy is short-lived. Followed by major upset and frustration. It's alright. My spirits aren't, I don't think my spirits are down. I feel feel that I'm enduring Jump King very well tonight. I mean, I'm definitely enduring it better than I have on some nights. There have been nights with this game where I felt like I was attending a funeral for the whole universe. Alright, let's go. This is where I wanted to be. Don't mess it up. Don't mess it up, Frownie. Oh my goodness. Falls in this region don't, like, they don't even hurt. Like, when I'm up here, like, I can't feel bad when I'm up here. As long as I don't fall, like, until I fall back into the pink area, I feel great once I make it up here. No, I can still fall back all that way. I'm not, in fact, there's a really tricky jump just 2 screens above where I am right now that's designed to make you fall back down there. Like, it's intentionally super high risk. And, you know, I've made that plummet. I've made that plummet a lot of times. So, we're not safe. But we're safe. We're safer. But we're definitely not safe. There's one super high stress point just up ahead. There's actually a place down here as well where I can fall back into the pink area, but it's a fall I've never actually made before, I don't think. I actually might have made it once when I was experimenting earlier on. I'm not sure. I don't think so, though. I don't think I've ever... If I overshoot this jump right here, I could in theory fall down that canyon there to my left, and that would take me back into the pink area, which would be really bad. Oh my goodness. I should calm down and play better. The game's procedurally generated and never ends. It feels like that sometimes. Sorry, just catching up here with the chat. I missed some of the stuff about Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong was one of the first video games that I ever played as well. When people ask what my first video game was, I usually say Ghostbusters on the Commodore 64. And that answer is maybe true. I actually played, like, I played video games before I was old enough to, like, form memories. Like, lasting memories. So, like, I can't, like, I don't have a clear memory of the first time I ever played a video game. But it was probably Donkey Kong or Ghostbusters. I typically say Ghostbusters because it's the funnier answer and it's maybe true. But it could have been also Donkey Kong. It was something on the Commodore 64. And lucky for me, the Commodore 64 actually has a really good version of Donkey Kong. Unlike the NES version, it actually has all the boards. I can't believe Nintendo put out an incomplete version of Donkey Kong on the NES. Why would they do that? Time Tunnel. You know that we have the worst first video game. I forgot that was your first video game. And I think you misspelled best. I love Time Tunnel. Time Tunnel was a magical journey for me. I love that game. I used to get so mad at DK. Yeah, I don't remember ever being super good at it as a kid. I think I could complete a loop from a pretty early age on the Commodore version. Because I do remember being able to make it through all the boards. But a lot of, like, you know, I would have been playing that when I was like 3 or 4 or 5, and well, probably more like 3 or 4 for like first times playing it. I don't have a lot of memories from that young. Why am I doing so bad here? This room is usually not a problem. And I'm really struggling with it right now. There we go. So this jump right here, that little patch of light, if I overshoot this jump, I fall back into the pink area. And if I fall into the pink area, it's very probable I fall down through the pink area. So that, oh, my heart. That jump right there is the jump of the game for me right now. Until I miss that jump, everything else is fine. I don't care about any other jump I miss, except that one. Because as long as I'm up here, like, I can make any of this other progress back. It doesn't hurt to lose any of it. But missing that jump, that hurts. That's progress. That's significant progress, significantly lost. every time I fail that. And it does happen quite a bit, so we're definitely not as safe, not nearly as safe as we would want to be. Think this jump is free? Yeah, that jump's free. That's the snake. Snake, I brought you a stone. I did it. A token. What do we get? What did I get? Snake ring. The metal ring is quite heavy and cold to the touch. Snake ring. I don't know what the snake ring does. I got the snake ring! Victory! I'm gonna be excited about it anyway. Consider yourself lucky. Yeah. I feel like... Okay, my shoes are still equipped. I don't know. I think maybe the snake ring is snake oil. I think I'm excited over something that's meaningless. I feel like my feet have become more slippery. Chozo, welcome in. Great to have you. You had a good week, Frownie. Missed you. Thank you, Chozo. I am very glad to be back. Very grateful to have you with us tonight. We just made progress, question mark, in Jump King. I'm not entirely sure. Let me unequip this. Oh yeah, the snake ring makes my feet slippery. I think the snake ring is bad. I think the snake ring is a scam because it makes my feet slippery. And I don't want slippery feet. Slippery feet means I'm going to slide off edges. The snake ring is a scam. I did all that for nothing. the snake the snake ring is a lie. Yeah, we don't want to wear that. The snake ring is bad. I did suspect my feet were slippery. It hurt me to not be able to tell you, Sark says. I'm very glad you didn't, Sark. Thank you for letting me go through all that. That sounds sarcastic, but I do mean it. Oh my goodness. All of my progress. I was so excited. I thought I was making progress, and it was all a lie the whole time. I did all that for nothing. Oh, that's amazing. I did it for worse than nothing. I did it for worse than nothing, because like not only is it a useless item, it's an item that actively hurts me if I use it. Because being slippery is is basically the worst thing. Oh, that's unbelievable. That's good. This is a fun game. Is this jump free? Thank goodness. What? I have to do it. I have to do it from the other side. Oh no! Look at this place. Isn't this interesting? Is this jump free? It is. Deep Ruin. This is a new PB, by the way. We are now higher than we've ever been. I don't know what to make of this. Am I underwater now, or will I be underwater when I go up? We're underwater. Oh, the physics are different. Everything is slow now. This game never ends. Why couldn't this be the ending? You come up to the top, you get scammed by the snake. Why? Like, that could have been just one screen from the end. There's a thing up there. Look at all these slopes. Everything is sloped. Oh, I overshot. I don't know if that's another silver coin. Ah. All right, sorry, I haven't been reading the chat. My mind was too blown by everything that happened to me. Sorry, I didn't mean to ignore everybody. Let me get caught up here real quick. On the bright side, you've gotten that collectible. We did. We have a new item in our inventory. We reached a new height. This is all progress. It's all fine. It doesn't matter if I got scammed. We're making progress. To be honest, Frownie, the snake ring being stuck on you would be a legitimate Frownie playthrough. Oh, wouldn't that? Imagine if I couldn't unequip it. Or if it was like the egghead and that I was stuck with it for 200 more hours. That would be amazing. I took great pleasure in not being able to tell you. Thank you, losses. Hard mode unlocked. You can now play in the hardest mode for the maximum challenge. Oh my goodness. Maybe on my second playthrough, Zergling, we'll do a when we get to my second playthrough of Jump King, we'll consider doing an all snake ring playthrough. Conqueror Worm, welcome in. I've returned to pain and disappointment. I just can't stay away from it. They're my favorite things in video games. When Frownie finally beats us in 2027, he'll cite the snake ring as one of his reasons this is his favorite game. Been playing through the Crash Bandicoot games, Chozo says. Yeah, I've seen. I mean, I haven't tuned in because I want to be spoiler free from those, but I've seen you live with them. I could confirm you should absolutely love them. Amazing, good time. I have all three of them now. I have the original three on the PlayStation. So we'll do Crash 1 later this year. It'll probably be like toward the end of summer, would be my guess, based on how slow I go through stuff. But before the year is over, I hope to have played. I'd like to do Crash 1. I'd like to do Tomb Raider 1. I feel like there's something else on the PlayStation I want to do as well. But, you know, there's other stuff I want to mix in there. I don't want to just be, oops, all PlayStation. That's Snake Ring, a favorite accessory of Chompy McBiteface. Are you? Yeah, we're not underwater. We're over water, Claire. Oh yeah, I wonder what sloped and primed for sliding with the snake ring. I mean, we don't know. The snake ring might have a different effect underwater. That's pretty much exactly what would happen to me, Claire. Stop to read the chat and accidentally drown. I mean, that kind of stuff happens a lot. Anytime there's a game with a countdown on the continue screen, it's pretty much guaranteed that I'm going to lose our progress because that timer is going to run down while I'm reading the chat. Ooh. Oh, this water is something else. It's not even that difficult of an obstacle, like, theoretically. I like the music here. It's pretty typical, you know, underwater type music, but oh, I see, I see. I see, he says, underwater. Great pun, Frownie. Yeah, this is gonna be rough. This is so much more difficult than it seems on paper. Because basically, Basically, what the water has done has demolished 80 hours worth of, like, me developing a feel for the way the timing of this game works. It has taken everything that I've done to develop a sense of timing with this game and just completely shredded it. And you know, they knew they were doing that. It's all intentional. Where's this game's gravity suit? There probably is. There probably is like gravity boots. To help me get through this, like to turn the water normal. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a pair of boots that normalize the that nullify the water effect. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if there's not either, but I got boots that nullified the ice, or didn't really nullify it, but greatly diminished its effects. This is such a wild game. This place here, I might have to develop a counting system for this place. Huh, got it. Was that a silver coin? It is. We have 7 silver coins. So if I get 3 more silver coins, I thought that might be a silver coin actually. I should have actually said something about it before I picked it up. I also thought it might not be. I couldn't tell if like maybe it was like a clam or something. But if I get 3 more silver coins, we'll have to demolish our progress again so I can go back down and buy another pair of boots. There's another one. There we go. Saw something that looks like a dragon over there. No. If I get 2 more coins, I have to throw all of our progress away so I can go buy another pair of boots. I wonder if I'm going to get scammed again. Surely not. Surely they wouldn't do that to me twice. I need to be checking for secrets too. There's a good chance that there could be a secret in one of these areas. Oh my goodness. At some point we've got to switch to the Princess Peach game too. I don't want to forget about that. But you know, it's hard to put this one down when new and interesting things are going on. New and interesting things don't happen very often with this game. So there's something over there. Looks like a door with a dragon on it. No. We're gonna try and go over there and see what that is. Well, it's something I am, as of yet, not able to access. Isn't it weird how water stages are almost universally horrible, but they also so frequently have such spectacular music? Yes, welcome to the machine, Frownie. I said frequently, not universally. I used it. I used a different adverb on purpose. The music's got to be good to make sure the player keeps playing. Oh. The language is getting out of control in the chat tonight. I don't. I don't know what it is that's got everybody talking like sailors. It must be because we're underwater. I blame Jump King, Sark says. uh. This is good. I'm having fun. I'm having a lot of fun. It doesn't matter how bad, like, anything new is good. No matter how bad it is, if it's new, it's good. that's that's where I am with Jump King. Like, I'm in an absolutely horrific situation, and I couldn't be more thrilled because it's something new. These jumps aren't really all that terrible. It's just the, you know, like with regular physics, these would be downright simple jumps at this point. But you know, I'm sure it's gonna, like, I'm sure in a couple screens, I'm gonna, like, hate my existence more than I ever have. But you know, I'm not there yet. I'm not there. That's all future Frownie's problem. And what's that guy ever done for me? The game is truly broken, you cow says. Have I fallen into a different timeline? Welcome back, Tuesday. uh, that area over there on the left is really suspicious. I don't think there's anywhere to get onto that. Like, that platform, just right on the other side of this. I don't think there's any way to actually get there. It's really suspicious, though. I think I've first tried precisely one of these jumps. This game is weirdly addicting. I actually, I mean, I say it all the time because I played this for so long. Like, I've exhausted everything I could possibly say about it, so I'm always just repeating the same stuff every time I play it. But there are so many things I really, really like about this game. It just happens to also be one of the most brutal and punishing things in the universe. And just how broken is Frownie's timing going to be in the next area? Oh yeah, yeah. We are undoing all of the training that I've had for the whole game. No, I am going to be less than useless when if we make it out of this area. You know what? That jump might actually be free. It was free. I want to try walking off this ledge to try and land on that one there, but if I overshoot, I go back to the purple area, and I might not be able to make it back into the water. Well, I tried it anyway. I went for it. Ooh, I fell further than I thought I would. That's bad. You know what's real bad? The physics aren't broken here. I'm playing a different game again. Wait a minute. Who turned it up to hyperspeed? Oh. I cannot even explain. I cannot even explain how different it feels. It is wild. It is so wild. My brain can't do it. I can't switch back. I'm gonna be sick from the speed. Oh my goodness. He's going too fast. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna do something smart. That doesn't happen very often. I'm gonna do something smart. And I'm gonna call it a night with Jump King right here. We're gonna be done for... Because I'm not gonna get the feel of this back after being underwater for so long. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it down. I'm gonna call it a night. Because if I don't, I'm gonna go up there and I'm gonna miss that one jump. And I'm gonna fall back into the pink area. And I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna have self-control. And I'm gonna call it a night with Jump King right here. I don't want to do that. I want to go back up there to the water. I want to go back up there to the water so very much. I want to go back up there. But that's the voice I don't want to listen to. We're going to be smart. We're going to play this again tomorrow night. We're going to play Jump King every night, first part of the stream. So, you know, after putting it down, when I come back, normal speed will feel normal again, I think, and we'll get back up there. We'll get back to the water tomorrow night, hopefully. Fingers crossed. I might miss that jump anyway and fall back through the pink area. It'd be lost forever in the snow. So who knows, but start of the stream tomorrow night. We're gonna switch to Princess Peach now, though. Great progress tonight. Look forward to the next edition of the Little Frownie Mermaid. I don't know what else we're going to do tomorrow night, but things I want to do this week are Bubsy 3D, Jet Force Gemini, and Ape Escape. So it'll probably be one of those 3 games tomorrow night, but I'll have to let you know in the Discord, because I haven't really thought out the schedule yet. Bubsy 3D, we're gonna try and defeat the other 2 bosses damageless. Is why we're playing that again. And Ape Escape, we have 2 mini games left in that to play that I haven't checked out yet, and we might make another pass of that boxing game. I don't think I can learn that boxing mini game though. I don't think that's gonna be beatable by me. I don't think I can learn it. But we'll take another look at it. But I don't have high hopes for it. But we're gonna do the other 2 mini games that I haven't looked at yet. And Jet Force Gemini is just our regular first playthrough, just continuing that. But Princess Peach now. Thank you for being here for Jump King, my friends. Definitely appreciate your company always. But this is the kind of game where you really need good company. But I need to grab another controller, so I'm gonna step away just a moment, and we'll we'll switch the games. I'll be right back with you.